Discussion of the holographic integration of human life. As the only highly intelligent life found on the earth so far, the human spirit exists inside our bodies. In this spirit exist the two kinds of life characteristics of yin and yang. One is the pursuit of man for materials, mainly to meet the needs of maintaining the instinct of life, which can be seen and touched in the real world, and to meet the needs of physiological instincts of animality. One kind is the invisible and untouchable, known as the spirit. These two different kinds of matter fill the body and form a microcosm, which is manifested as Taiji. This is the positive pole state of the body, which mainly produces the life activities of the primordial spirit and is known as the tangible body. The negative pole mainly consists of thought, consciousness, emotion, ideology, and so on, taking the brain as an effective tool for the transmission of all kinds of information, and is known as the intangible body. The tangible body and intangible body of life are an indivisible organization. Many human ideological activities come from the intangible body, received through the infiltration of the universe, the true society, historical culture, ancestor induction, and other cultural information, and obtained by reacting and processing such information. These enormous information resources all take the mercy core of yin-yuan energy as the basis. The positive energy of mercy generates kindness. Kindness generates peace. Peace generates psychic energy. Psychic energy generates a spiritual state. The spiritual state generates matter. Thus, yin and yang have formed a relative balanced Taiji state and reached the well-being, delight, and peaceful satisfaction of the human soul and body. This state of completeness of humans is in line with the movement law of the universe and the survival law of all things. It is the concrete embodiment of highly civilized life. While the intangible spiritual core inside the human spirit develops to a certain extent, it can be transformed into the intangible spirit, thereby generating matter to supply the balance required by human life instinct. This kind of new matter often brings a great deal of thrilling sensory pleasure. It has great stimulation and paralysis effects on the human mind. People are likely to rely on the excitement brought by this kind of stimulus. Such long-term stimulation, in turn, forms numbness and boredom, and eventually spawns a sense of emptiness and boredom in human beings. This kind of feeling brings an obvious sense of sin and guilt. The excessive material enjoyment of mankind violates the way of the universe. It also puts humans' own Taiji in an unbalanced state, with more materials and less spirit. In order to alleviate this sin and make life balanced, we should give up the redundant materials in life and feed these tangible things back to the public community to exchange them for the wonderful and pleasant intangible spirit body and achieve the perfect self-balance. As long as the spirit body in human organisms maintains balance and reaches perfection, you will feel the health of life and the pleasure and satisfaction of the spirit. You can be happy, lucky, and successful in the long run. When every member of society is aware of this simple truth and gives up the redundant ingredients of life, according to their own degree of balance, the tangible spirit and intangible spirit of the whole of society can achieve perfect harmony. See the 8 diagrams of the way of humans. Earth-shaking changes will take place in our social behavior. The human race will enter a cosmic orbit of orderly movement. We can cast off the shackles of sinners in a real sense and ascend to become new organisms. When human beings are such new organisms, we will have infinite mercy, and infinite mercy generates superb new wisdom at all times. This great wisdom will make enormous changes take place in global science and technology. Our understanding of the universe will make a qualitative leap forward and create more superb and excellent new scientific civilizations. The human level in the universe will be greatly improved. Man will fly freely through the universe and integrate with extraterrestrial civilizations. In these new civilizations, human beings will take the whole universe as their dwelling, soar among the stars of space, and cross the vast three realms. If human beings fail to recognize this point and fail to follow this path, human development will enter a bottleneck and will only struggle bitterly in the small circle of the way of the earth and the way of man. We will not only end up with nothing, but all the fruits of civilization that mankind has acquired will collapse and be wiped out overnight due to the ignorance, selfishness, greed, and violence of mankind. The brilliant material and spiritual civilization created by mankind for thousands of years will disappear from the universe forever.